Yeah,
yeah.
It's
Politicians for you.
I don't know if you have seen in the papers, but Angela Merkel U-turned completely on the Easter lockdown. We were supposed to have a complete Easter lockdown, and 8 hours later.
Ini siapa anjing?
She said
Aku lagi bule ya, Sal.
Enggak. Bu Utami.
Yes, shall
Can
we
we start?
start?
Can
Yeah.
we start?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Honorable Bapak Dr. Andes Herianto, MBA PhD, Dean for Faculty of Economics, and Honorable Bapak Dr. Kardoyo, our Vice Dean for Academic Division. And there are also Ibu Dr. Amin Pujiati, our Vice Dean for General Division, and Bapak Dr. Kusmurianto, Vice Dean for Students Division. Here, we are also inviting Ibu Intan Permata Hapsari, SPD MPD, as the head of International Partnership Division of Universitas Negeri Semarang, and all Erasmus partners. We also would like to thank you for all speakers. We have the leader of Kita Erasmus from UK, and we also have Doni Pujilaksono, the owner of MDPL Farm. Then the third is Nur Febrianto, the owner of Fixit. And all happy participants of today's webinar entitled Be Creative Entrepreneurs for Better Future. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sri Utami from Faculty of Economics, and it is a nice chance for me to be the Masters of Ceremony for today in this very special occasion. And let me read the agenda for today. First, we will hear the opening speech from Dr. Doro Jatun Prihandono, PhD, the lead project of Erasmus at UNES. And then we would have the Dean's remark. Then it will be followed by presentation from the three speakers. We have Doni Pujilaksono and also Nur Febrianto. Then we will have question and answer session. Okay, without further ado, let me invite Bapak Doro Jatun Prihandono, PhD, as the project lead of Erasmus at UNES. And Pak Dodi, please deliver the opening speech.
Thank you, Bu Utami. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Om Swastiastu, salam kebajikan, namang budaya. Good morning and good afternoon for all partners from Europe, United Kingdom, and Indonesia. The Honorable the Dean of Economics Faculty of UNES, Bapak Herianto, PhD, and all the Vice Deans of Economics Faculty, and the Honorable Kita Erasmus Project Leader, Prof. Neil Towers, from the University of Gloucestershire, United Kingdom. Today is a special day that we can join this webinar, Be Creative Entrepreneurs for Better Future. So this webinar is held by UNES Growth Hub under the Kita Erasmus project. Through this webinar, we can share the creativity and innovation through our students. Yeah, we have Mas Doni and Mas Febris with their business. These two businesses are two of several student businesses in UNES. And all of them, all I can say is they are wonderful. The students need to share their dreams, ideas, and work so that university, through the Growth Hub and all stakeholders, can provide them with sufficient support to expand their businesses. And also I would like to say that the participants of this webinar is around maybe more than 300 participants. So we have to provide them with the YouTube link so they can join via YouTube, including our partners from Europe and Indonesia. Hopefully through this seminar, we can have more and more students and SMEs, businesses that grow massively throughout Indonesia. And also, I would like to say a huge amount of appreciation to the UNES Kita Project Erasmus team, who have provided big amount of support to make this webinar happen. And also, thank you to the Kita Erasmus project as well, Prof. Neil Towers, and all partners and colleagues who have their support in the Kita Consortium. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Thank you, Bapak Dodi.
Waalaikumsalam, Bapak.
Okay, the next remark is from the Dean for Bapak Dr. Andes Herianto, MBA PhD. Would you please?
Okay, thank you very much, Mbak Utami. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon for the participant from Indonesia. Right now it's about 3:30 p.m. Yeah, and very good morning for the participant from UK and Europe. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. The Honorable Professor Neil Towers and all Kita Project Erasmus Plus Consortium members from the UK, European countries, and Indonesia. Our national partners and colleagues, and the three speakers of this webinar. First, Professor Neil Towers, the leader of Kita Erasmus. Second, Doni Puji Laksono, the owner of MTPL Farm. And Nur Febrianto, the owner of Fixit. Vice Dean of the Faculty of Economics, Universitas Negeri Semarang, the leaders and the team of Growth Hub UNES, and also Mbak Intan from Collaboration Division, students and participants for this webinar. Welcome to the webinar held by the Growth Hub UNES with the theme Be Creative, Entrepreneur for Better Future. I'm excited and glad to open this event. Growth Hub UNES, which is initiated by Kita Erasmus project, have already given the real impacts. This term is improving the capacity building of higher education, especially for our students. This capacity doesn't only create more student entrepreneurs, but also improve the graduates' employability skills in this disruptive era. As we know that Growth Hub UNES is a part of Erasmus Kita UNES, this Erasmus Kita UNES support the young entrepreneurs of UNES students to develop their ideas and interests. I believe that the teams of Growth Hub UNES have designed entrepreneurship programs for students as the bridges for entrepreneurial practices for students. One of the programs is the webinar. This webinar is expected to inspire all of us, especially students of Faculty of Economics, to improve and develop this business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you should find the correct environment, the correct circle. This UNES Growth Hub and the partners are your best option to nurture your business. Then I thank you, Prof. Neil Towers. This is very beneficial and you are so helpful to our students and also our university. We do expect this program can continue in the future, regardless of the pandemic-19 that's still in the world. Yeah. As the Dean of the Faculty of Economics, I would like to congratulate Growth Hub UNES and the organizing committee for their tremendous effort in organizing the webinar. I hope that this webinar will be accomplished all of its objective. We wish that all of us participating in this webinar will be more inspired. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Dean, Bapak Dr. Herianto, PhD, for your remark. And let's continue. The main agenda of today's webinar is the presentations from Doni Puji Laksono, the owner of MTPL Farm. For Doni Puji Laksono, the time is yours. You have 15 minutes to present your material today. And I would like also to remind all participants, for students especially, if you have any questions related to the materials presented by the speakers, you can start to put your questions on the chat room. It is there available. So then later I can read all your questions so we can save time too.
Check sound.
Okay, Doni, are you ready?
Yes, ready. I am ready.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon. Today, I am so excited to be one of the speaker of webinar today. The Honorable of Professor Neil Power and Erasmus team, from UNES, Universitas Negeri Semarang, and other universities team of UNES Grow Hub, and all my friends, students of Universitas Negeri Semarang. My name is Doni Puji Laksono. I am from Faculty of Teknik, Fakultas Teknik, Universitas Negeri Semarang. I and my friend established a business 2 years ago, since 2019, and the name of the business is MDPL From Company. MDPL From departs from is Indonesia, is an agricultural country. Ini belum share screen ya, Pak? Share screen dulu ya. Udah masuk belum? Oke. Nah, MDPL From is the part of Indonesia is an agricultural country. The population growth rate is the projection by the national planning against state that the population for the next 25 years will go experience in increase from 2010 and next 2035 which reach 67.1 million. Technological advance in the Industrial era 4.0 are able to provide solution for hydroponic agriculture. Therefore, the idea of modification diversity hydroponic level from our MDPL From region, hydroponic design with superior aesthetic value without reducing the particle value of the tool. Jadi, MDPL From berangkat dari sebuah permasalahan yang saya rasakan, khususnya karena saya berangkat dari sebuah desa. Nah, di sini saya merasakan banyak sekali permasalahan yang dirasakan oleh para petani. Khususnya kalau teman-teman peserta webinar ini sering mendengar ya, bahwa Indonesia ini merupakan suatu negara agraris, di mana sebagian besar penduduk Indonesia bermata pencaharian sebagai seorang petani. Nah, pertanian di Indonesia ini merupakan sektor penggerak roda perekonomian yang paling penting. Nah, karena terbukti pada rentang waktu 10 tahun terakhir, experience increase from 2010 sampai di 2025. Nah, ini menunjukkan bahwa industri yang tidak terkena pandemi COVID-19 merupakan salah satunya yaitu industri pertanian. Nah, maka banyak sekali problem di pertanian, khususnya kurang lebih yang dirasakan oleh anak-anak muda ya saat ini ya, teman-teman yang masih usia muda. Mungkin sedikit sekali anak muda yang like to farm, dia suka untuk bertani, dia mau untuk bercocok tanam, ini sangat sulit ditemukan. Nah, maka regeneration of young farmer is profit employment. Nah, maka gerakan pemuda bangga menjadi seorang petani ini merupakan gerakan yang sangat menarik, yang anak-anak muda khususnya nantinya bisa ranah, bisa kejar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, MDBL Farm is company focusing on agricultural product to strengthen Indonesia agriculture. As we know that Indonesia is an agricultural country, but we have a lot of problems related to wisdom. For example, there are poor traditional farmer chips fruit and it's make the situation is getting worse. That's where we create MDBL Farm to grow plant because growing plant is growing generation. Nah, jadi di sini saya merasakan bahwasanya banyak dari para petani saat itu masih menggunakan sistem-sistem pertanian yang sifatnya konvensional. Maka kita sebagai change, sebagai mahasiswa ya, sebagai perubahan yang mana nantinya kita mengkombinasi antara teknologi ke dalam bentuk pertanian. Nah, di sini MDBL Farm selain menggunakan teknologi monitoring, kita juga mampu memonitoring. Misal long distance antara kebun itu kita bisa monitoring karena di sini kita nggak cuma menumbuhkan apa yang namanya menanam, namun di sini kita juga grow plant because growing plant is growing generation. Nah, karena saya merasakan generasi yang harus kita bangun. Jadi di Untitled Farm ini salah satunya kita menumbuhkan generasi. Nah, cerita di belakang kita nggak cuma sekadar menanam. Kalau kita cuma sekadar menanam, nah maka lantas apa bedanya dengan hidroponik atau agricultural yang lainnya, kompetitor lainnya. Next. Nah, ini merupakan our product dari MDBL Farm. Is number 1 in design custom, in installation hydroponic. Number 2 is training and seminar. Number 3, manufacture installation hydroponic. Number 4, fresh vegetables hydroponic. Number 5, hydroponic maintenance. And number 6, monitoring automatic. Nah, ini merupakan next traction and testimony. MDBL Farm is since 2019. Nah, we offer among product, benefit, and social impact for economic impact. The ratio is dual function, practice and aesthetics. Nah, the prototyping design of the modification diversity bonding level from our MDBL Farm system based on Internet of Things consists of making a series systematically flowchart from MDBL Farm, starting from the PLTS, our distribution of electrical energy to run Arduino Uno, which come from the PLTS. Furthermore, the EasyMeter will detect the water moisture level in the plant. Dual function and practice and aesthetic. Kami menimbulkan is enjoy in the room, enjoy in the work. Nah, di sini bahwasanya kita memberikan dua fungsi. Yang pertama itu fungsi praktis dan fungsi estetis. Nah, fungsi praktis itu tercipta dari instalasi dari MDBL Farm. Nah, sedangkan fungsi estetis kita desain bahwasanya selain bersifat praktis, namun kita juga ada seninya, unsur-unsur seni yang mana unsur-unsur seni ini sudah mulai hilang dan tidak terjamah lagi oleh anak-anak muda. Bayangkan ketika kita di dalam ruangan itu kita boring, terus stres, malam stres ketika work from home. Nah, di situ efek-efek relaksasi engineering bisa kita sampaikan. Internet of Things on various practices on design. If the ppm obtained is less of more than set point, then the result will be informed to the user via smartphone. After notification of its information, the user has the authority to take action, either to open to the valve or close to the valve. However, if after 5 minutes the user does not respond, Arduino will immediately make a decision according to the accepting of PPM. The valve will open if the PPM is less as the minimum set point, and otherwise the valve is closed of the PPM is or the equal the maximum set point. Nah, jadi ketika kita sibuk, kita merasakan jarak antara kita dan kebun itu kan jauh ya, misalkan petani dan kebunnya itu kan jaraknya jauh, atau bahkan teman-teman yang sibuk, mahasiswa yang selain dia jadi mahasiswa, dia juga berentrepreneur, dia berwirausaha, dia juga berorganisasi. Nah, mungkin dia terkendala untuk mengurus kebunnya. Maka di sini kita bisa melakukan monitoring automatically kepada kebunnya. Jadi kita bisa monitoring kapanpun dan dimanapun. Nah, setiap saat, setiap detik. Nah, bahkan ketika kita nggak ada respon, kita nggak ada respon, Arduino will immediately make a decision according. Maka secara otomatis dari Arduino itu akan mengambil tindakan untuk membuka ataupun menutup di valve-nya, di itu katupnya. Nah, maka akan keluar air, keluar nutrisi secara otomatis. Nah, di sini merupakan sesuatu hal yang menarik ya. Suatu hal yang menarik, khususnya kita bisa memonitoring tanaman kita long. Kalau teman-teman ya mahasiswa itu kan sering long distance relationship, atau LDR ya, LDR. Nah, di sini long garden relationship kita bisa memonitoring kebun kita secara otomatis. Menarik sekali kan? Nah, next, the main target of the city government and people. We like to cultivate crop but does not on land, do not have time to the garden, will the like hydroponic, plant vegetables and fruit which are in the city. Nah, new concept, profit, new invitation in the element of beauty and relaxation. Research farm, condition, trial and research and hydroponic plant automatically the text in the automatic agriculture. Nah, ini merupakan konsep dasar yang mana MDBL Farm adakan. Jadi kita selain membuat sesuatu desain custom dengan gagasan yang baru, kita juga ada divisi research farm, yang mana di sini kita melakukan eksperimen, trial and research of hydroponic plant, yang mana ini kan mahasiswa banget, mahasiswa yang mana suka meneliti, suka melakukan riset kepada tanaman. Nah, nantinya data-data dari analisis bisa kita lihat, oh ternyata tanaman ini hasil penelitian sekian. Ketika diberi matahari full, oh ternyata sekian. Ketika diberi air dengan air pump, air gunung, air testis, nah itu hasilnya beda-beda. Nah, makanya bagaimana kita sering melakukan pencatatan terhadap kebun. Next. Nah, ini is the monitoring in MDBL Farm. The partner of the product is installation, fruit vegetables is the customer relationship. Nah, we can solve the problem of narrow land hydroponic system so that we can produce more vegetables with a small installation. Another advantage is that it has an aesthetic element in hydroponic installation, so it can produce a relaxing effect for customer through custom installation design. Another important thing with a superior product from MDBL Farm is that we then use automatically monitoring on the installation to make it easy to control. Nah, ini merupakan bagaimana kita sesuatu project is the connecting gardener on consumer, bagaimana kita menyiapkan agar kita bisa terkoneksi kepada para petani-petani yang sampai pelosok desa sekalipun, agar kita bisa mengkoneksi kepada anak-anak muda sekalipun. Nah, lalu bagaimana nantinya di 2021 kita ada website, have a website for sales and catalog, careful gardening, bagaimana nanti kita juga outbound sekolah ceria gitu, dari sekolah alam, nah, developing garden, MDPL from is cafe hidroponik. Next, ladies and gentlemen, MDPL from has social activities. Nah, jadi selain kita berentrepreneur ya, kita bisnis, kita juga ada social activities. Let me tell you, number one is MDPL from is a social entrepreneurship. This company does not focus on profit only, but also we focus on sharing. We concurrent to the share the profit for education. We have a foundation named Riyadus Salihin, and through its foundation we put in Islamic school for helping Indonesian children to access good quality education. So far we have 40 students. Jadi di MDPL Farm kami di sini nggak cuma sekadar entrepreneur, namun kita juga melakukan sociopreneur impact, yang mana di sini kita memiliki sekolah yang mana sekolah itu juga menciptakan sebuah generasi, khususnya generasi Qurani, generasi penghafal Al-Quran, karena because is the growing plant is the growing generation. Kita di sini nggak cuma menumbuhkan tanaman, namun kita juga menumbuhkan generasi. Nah, ini merupakan wujud social impact atau unique value proposition dari MDPL Farm. Number two, we do socialization on the importance of green environment. We go to many schools and conduct outbound to make students engage the green space. Jadi kita di sini juga bekerja sama ke sekolah-sekolah, khususnya sekolah TK maupun sekolah SD yang ada di Kota Semarang dan di Jawa Tengah, agar kita bisa masuk melalui kurikulum pendidikan atau kecintaan diri terhadap lingkungan. Nah, karena lingkungan saat ini jarang sekali disentuh, jarang sekali dijamah, karena banyak sekali lingkungan-lingkungan yang rusak, lingkungan-lingkungan yang tidak terkendali. Nah, maka di situ kita mencoba untuk mendidik anak cinta lingkungan seusia dini sekalipun. And next, environmental impact, the product installation design from MDPL Farm has very good quality, which is friendly to environment because it is supported by the Internet of Things, based technology. Besides that, the vegetables produced are very clean, and free from pesticide, and the nutrient that we profit are free from other harmful chemical. Nah, jadi kita di sini juga ramah terhadap lingkungan dan tanpa menggunakan pestisida sama sekali. Jadi sayuran yang MDPL Farm hasilkan benar-benar ramah terhadap lingkungan dan aman dimakan, serta memiliki nilai gizi yang sangat tinggi. Nah, selain environmental impact, and next kita impact of community. Nah, impact of community, karena di Universitas Negeri Semarang ini merupakan sebuah university as green metric ya, kampus hijau, atau punya julukan University Conservation. Nah, salah satunya MDPL Farm juga mengangkat tema konservasi. MDPL Farm carries the tagline, which is our service for the land of conservation, in which our company tries to spread precaution conservation benefit to the community. We will name the participation community as Laskar Konservasi. Nah, jadi untuk match terhadap kampus kita juga menggunakan istilah konservasi. Kan di teman-teman di mahasiswa UNES kan sering ya, oh kita konservasi. Namun kita cuma sekedar kowar-kowar konservasi. Nah, sebagai wujud nyata kita melakukan tindakan, nah maka kita nih wujudkan melalui gerakan Laskar Konservasi Menanam, yang mana nantinya teman-teman bisa lakukan menanam, nah sekecil mungkin lah apa yang ingin kita tanam, nah itu bisa kita tanam, karena menanam itu sangat menarik sekali dan digemari oleh teman-teman ya khususnya, dan bagi mahasiswa UNES itu diharapkan itu harus menanam. And my team is I'm Doni Puji Laksono and banyak dari our team. Nah, thank you our contribution for Indonesia group conservation. It's been a great discussion with you all. We don't feel like we are the one who present something, but we all did. Thank you very much for your great attention and active participation throughout this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Doni, for such an eye-opening presentation. I believe everybody agrees with me about agriculture-based business. Thank you. I don't know how to give applause for you. We have long gardening relationship, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Nur Febrianto, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now time is yours. You have 50 minutes to present your material. And I will remind you again, if you have any question, you can put your questions on the chat room. So later on the question and answer session, I can read your questions. Feb, your microphone is off. Okay.
Okay, check.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to be the speaker for the webinar today. The Honorable Prof. Neil, Erasmus team from UNES and other university, team of UNES Hub, and all my friends, students of Universitas Negeri Semarang. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Febrianto. You can call me Febri. I'm the founder of Fix It Indonesia. wait a second. Oke. Mungkin sebelum saya lanjutkan, saya ingin mengawali presentasi ini dengan sebuah cerita. Jadi Fix It Indonesia ini lahir dari sebuah permasalahan. Lebih tepatnya pada waktu itu ketika masih kuliah, ada beberapa teman saya yang mereka itu mayoritas adalah seorang pendatang ya, atau bukan warga asli UNES, bukan warga asli Semarang. Mereka itu memiliki permasalahan pada gadget mereka, lebih tepatnya laptop. Kemudian mereka bertanya kepada saya, Feb, kamu tahu nggak sih tempat servis laptop atau tempat servis gadget yang sekiranya tuh harganya tuh mahasiswa. Kemudian untuk kualitasnya bagus dan privasinya juga terjaga. Nah, pada saat itu saya juga bingung. Saya juga nggak tahu juga, saya juga seorang pendatang. Nah, namun dari pertanyaan tersebut, saya kemudian berpikir, kenapa nggak saya aja ya yang jadi jawaban atas pertanyaan mereka. Maka dari itu, Fix It Indonesia lahir. If you have a problem with your gadget, Fix It is here. You can Fix It Indonesia. Fix It Indonesia is one-stop IT solution. You can buy, sell, or repair your gadget in one platform. This is how to use Fix It Indonesia. This is the video. First, you can open Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. Then enter www.fixitindonesia.com, or you can search Fix It Indonesia. And next, you can open the website. After that, you can see the menu. And you can choose service what you need. The example is pesan service laptop. You can enter the data that Fix It requires, like name, email, WhatsApp number, the type of the laptop, and the other data what Fix It requires. You can also choose a gadget pickup service if you don't have access to Fix It Indonesia store. And you can enter your address if you just pick up. And then you can click order or click send. Then the Fix It admin will contact you from WhatsApp. It is very easy to get the best service from Fix It Indonesia. This is the testimonial from the Fix It user, Siti Muyasaro. Pelayanan cepet banget sih, ramah juga kakaknya. Harga relatif terjangkau buat mahasiswa, jadi laptopku rusak di keyboard di servisan sebelah. Katanya kalau servis keyboard gak bisa, bisanya ganti. Biayanya 300.000 kayaknya. Terus akhirnya nyoba ke Fixit, alhamdulillah bisa dibenerin dan biayanya cuma 50k doang. Ada garansinya 2 minggu juga, recommended pokoknya lah. Next, this is from Kristi Wijaya. Beberapa contoh testimonial ini bisa dilihat di Google Maps-nya Fixit. Bisa diketik Fixit Indonesia. Di situ adalah testimoni dari teman-teman atau user yang telah menggunakan jasa dari Fixit Indonesia. Seperti tujuan awal kami ingin membantu teman-teman, maka kami wujudkan ke dalam Fixit Indonesia. This is the dream of Fixit Indonesia, to help more jobless people, like technician or the student, to help more people to solve problem with their gadget, open more outlet around Semarang, such as Undip and Udinus, to be the largest online IT services in Semarang in 2022. And this is the our team of Fixit Indonesia. It's me, Nur Febrianto, as CEO. Next, Imzati Galing Ramadan as technician. Next, the Pinta Marasti as a designer. And Nabila Karunia Cahya as marketing. Indonesia. If you have a problem with your gadget, you can click www.fixitindonesia.com. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Febri. All right, I think. Yes, so I moved to my colleague's laptop. Anyway, that's an interesting presentation, and I think you have here 270 participants, and now you are also actually promoting your services, and I hope that your service can be more well known by our students and other partners too. All right, the next presentation would be presentation from the one and only Prof. Neil Towers.
The one and only.
Good morning, Neil.
Salam Sore. Right, you're going to put my presentation up. Or someone is. Excellent, 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 excellent. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining this this webinar. It's a very inspiring webinar. We've had, it just shows you from the two presenters so far that you can just, if we give you the right environment, if we give the students the right tools, if we help the difficulties of starting up a business, if we can do all of that, then Doni and Febri's presentation for MDPL farm in a product that it's producing for the agriculture industry, or the one that's really more related to my world, Fixit, because I am the worst technology person that goes. And if I was in Indonesia, I would sign up right now. You've convinced me that you've got an incredibly good service that you could help out with my phone, with all the servicing that I need on it, because I live in a cave, and this would help me tremendously. So both presentations are really inspiring and just shows you that if we give you the right background, we can then help you aspire and achieve your dreams, follow your dreams. And what I just want to do in the presentation now, over the next 15 minutes, is just give you some background as to why, for all students listening to this, why it's such a, the Growth Hub that we've been working with UNES is such a powerful part of the learning experience. And like Utami has just said, we've got nearly 280 people listening to this webinar, and there's 280 potential new entrepreneurs. And we just want to convince them that we have the facilities to help them. And what I'm going to do is just go through the presentation to show you how this can happen and help to inspire you to greater things that you'll be able to achieve in your activities. So next, if I could say next and click on to the next, right. So there we go. So there's the promotional webinar. And I just want to give you an idea about what we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and enterprise creation, because it's so important to Indonesia. It's so important to servicing and maximizing people's ideas. So talk about how we've changed the way that we do undertake education now across Indonesia, and particularly in UNES, and across all different subject groups in UNES too, not just in one subject group, but in all subject groups. And a little bit about the GITA project, and just show you some more inspiring students that I've met as I've been working in Indonesia for 3 years. My greatest sadness about the whole project is that for the last 12 months, we have not been able to come to Indonesia, and I love the country, and your inspiring abilities as students is just remarkable. So next, I just want to quickly understand what an entrepreneur is, just to show you that it's actually straightforward, really. Entrepreneur is a person who identifies, creates, acts. So this is what the two people have done from that we've seen this morning. Both Doni and February's presentations are really just about understanding how they have identified and created an opportunity, just like all entrepreneurs do. They have an idea, and so the GITA methodology we've applied will then show you how we can do that and help you within the UNES Growth Hub. Entrepreneurship is distinctive because it's application of those skills and attributes. And this is part of what we've been trying to do for this project. And it's really achieving some fantastic results, as we'll show at the end. Next. Please. Sama, thank you. Not yet. Oh, yes. So there are two parts to this. First of all, people become entrepreneurs because they have an opportunity. They're creative and innovative, and they're the backbone of the firm's growth. So these two guys you've just seen presenting, they are the innovators and creativity in developing their businesses, just like the 280 of you who are listening to this presentation. And often the other part of it is necessity. People create entrepreneurial businesses because they have to, because there's no other option. And that's the same across the world. And that group is a group that really supports most of a nation's economic development. So it's the same in Indonesia, same in UK, same in Germany, same in India. It doesn't matter what country you're talking about, Malaysia. So part of what we're trying to do is harness both of these opportunities. And so if I can just go to the next slide, please. What we need to understand is in education, how entrepreneurship is developed. And it starts off with being a mindset and a skill set for enterprise development. So what we did is we asked all your senior managers in your university how entrepreneurial they thought the university was. And we did an analysis and audit for 3 years ago, and we've just done it again now. And if we don't have a university that's entrepreneurial, then and with the dean and his senior management team and the vice rector, or the rector rather, with Dr. Heri Yantons as the dean, if they're not entrepreneurial, then there's no chance the students will become entrepreneurial. And it's good news to say that UNES has an action plan. It is entrepreneurial. It has entrepreneurial senior managers that are helping the interest of how the business at the university works. And so they're helping develop this mindset across all subject areas by infusing entrepreneurship in the development of the learning outcomes that you work within your modules that you're taught across all the study programs. And in that, like an injection, pump in skills that help you with enterprise development in every subject. So every subject, every module has been reviewed, was going through a process of being reviewed. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the knowledge, the skills and the competencies are important to that. And the Growth Hub that we created as part of the project is a space and a place where this can happen. It's dynamic, it's recursive, it's immersed. It means these words are all to do with creativity and innovation. And it's central to what your learning is all about. And the need for stimulation of this creativity and problem solving and addressing the challenges. And we've embedded this across all the study programs by an action plan we've developed so far. And I'll put some literature in there, but that's not for now. But if you really want to find out about it, I can help you with that as well. Okay, next slide, please. And so on the left-hand side is the causal approach to what most business schools work across the world. They talk about resources, they talk about goals. It's all very important because you need to make money, but it's not the most important. And expected returns and contingency avoidance. How do we manage risk? How do we deal with this? It's all very financial, and it's all very daunting to most entrepreneurs. On the right-hand side, the effectual logic for entrepreneurs is much more about the person and leveraging activities and knowing how to do it. So for both those two presenters, they would be thinking about their goals of who I am, who I know, what do I know? How do we engage that as you as an individual in developing your business? Because yes, enthusiasm and competence is one thing, but knowing the skill sets you don't have and you need to bring into your business is just as important. And so we've included in the GITTA framework the four boxes of causation logic and effectual logic. And that's a massive change in the way that we undertake education. And that education is part of the GITTA triangle, which we'll come to. So next slide, please. And it's all about this triangle that then becomes a way of inspiring students. And it's the engine room behind this. This is the bit you don't see, but what you do see is academics, your teachers, your lecturers, your fellow students are actually experiencing this and immersing in it in the ecosystem of their world that they live in. And there are three parts to this. First of it, on the bottom left-hand side, is how do we make students more entrepreneurial in their capacity building? And part of that is all about entrepreneurial learning outcomes. So we've looked at every outcome that you do in your courses, your study programs, and then we map it against how do we make them entrepreneurial. And we've added that little that extra bit to what you do, and that's made a big difference. We've created a growth hub. There's a space, and in your space, I've visited 3 or 4 times now. It's a fantastic place with fantastic people that run it to help and support you with particular tailored help for your developing ideas, but also have a space to go and work in there as a tenant, and also engage with other partners to help you along your way, because you need to have a hand helping you. It's a daunting place but if you get confidence, you think, oh, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was. In fact, it's much better. And then the other part of it is incubation. And Alex, I don't know who's part of this, as from Austria, has been helping us with the incubation activity. So we have a partnership of Europeans who have helped support this. And I would be unfair if I hadn't mentioned them all. So we've got FHM with Germany who've helped us with the engagement. We'll come to them in a minute. John Jameson and Dublin have helped us in Ireland, have helped us with the entrepreneurial bit of the university. And we at University of Gloucestershire have brought it all together to then bring it to make it as a one. And on the right-hand side in the Growth Hub is part of the activity that relates to incubation in a very structured and a very supportive way. And that activity now is being infused into the academics who work in the teams that work in the Growth Hub. And we've looked at the learning of your studies in your study programs. And then with FHM's help, we've looked at how the university enterprise has structured that in a much better focused way. So the university really gets the partners that it works with to bring inside and help the students with their entrepreneurial learning, both in the programs that they run, and in the space of startups in the Growth Hub. So next slide, please. And it becomes an ecosystem. There's these three parts really infuse this activity to help nurture your ideas, first of all, into a working idea that then becomes part of a sustainable business, because we want to make sure not only sustainable in terms of the environment, but we want to make sure you've got a really good business model that actually can address all of the issues, like in COVID. Because in COVID, actually, a lot of businesses have done very, very well because they work very well online. And the second, well, both of them. There's an app on the first on MDFL Farms, and there was an IT solution from Fixit, Indonesia. So both of those businesses are really addressing how it captures and engages with an environment that's purely online, where for a lot of this last 12 months, we've all been working online rather than working in our normal environment. So how do we make your businesses like that? And it's embedded in the methodologies that we're using within that, in this triangular approach. So the next slide, please. And so I have a good team of people who help us do this. And the first thing is to get the mindset working. You nearly got the slide there. It hasn't come up on my screen, but try again. The next slide, please. There we go. Right. Okay. So this is about two things. One is getting the students thinking entrepreneurially. So that's what we do here. But the second most important bit is to make sure the lecturers who are teaching students also think entrepreneurially. And I have a university that's thinking entrepreneurially too. So if you get those three components together, that's a really way of having must have the same mindset and attitude, because they become role models on the campus, and the students who then can tell other people. And that's a really snowball event where you then start to get a harmonious campus environment of taking those opportunities and then become agents for change in this slide. So the next one, please. And then pioneering. So the minister wants to help us. The Ministry of Education and Innovation and Research, both of them. And we're having a conference in a couple of weeks' time where they will be presenting to us about how we're going to embed this in other institutions right across Indonesia now in the AG sector. And so the Ministerial Entrepreneurial Program takes an idea at the bottom left-hand side, so the lunar space idea moment, and then looks at practice on the campus with your growth hub, and then pioneers with partners. So who's going to help you, help at work, and then creates a startup business that's successful. And that contribution to the whole activity is where the whole basis of this approach has taken. You've got two examples there that have used the startup business within UNES to show you how well it's achieved, what it's done. So the next slide, please. So in that process, what we've got now is a whole way of working that's different from what happened before. And in that way of working, what we've got to do is involve people. And the most important people are the people like your dean, like your rector, like Professor Ismananda, who's now the Deputy Minister for Innovation and Research, and who's really driving this agenda that we need to develop. And we met him, I've met him 3 or 4 times now, but we met him formally well, nearly 2 years ago now, it doesn't seem that long ago, at a conference that he asked me to present at in Jakarta in June. And part of that was bringing 100 representatives of all universities to come and share this way of working. And that was immensely powerful for us. And we were really proud to be able to do that. So these students who you can see surrounding him are really interested about how, and academics, how does this work? What do we do? And how do we then become ambassadors to spread this word of entrepreneurship, so that me, in my idea in UNIS, can then use that facility to then expand and create entrepreneurial startup business, or students who have an entrepreneurial thinking that then can develop their way of working wherever they work. So next slide, please. So this is the background to it. So the HEI Innovate is what we made the university. So I'm going to move on from there. Can we have the next slide, please? We've talked about that, about the way that we've looked at universities to make them entrepreneurial. And what we did, the more important bit are these bits for you, for the students. So have the next slide, please. So how do we do that? Now, I've left the YouTube clip on there. I'm not going to play it now, but it's just what we did at a different university up in Malang, State University, ABM. And it's a YouTube clip they put together just to show you. But you can see the students everywhere we've been in this project, everywhere that all of our group have been to, we've been inspired by students who have used this approach, used the facilities that are available to then start to evolve their student entrepreneurs. So the next slide, please. And so we created this ecosystem, this way of working across all Indonesian universities. And we've created a network. So the students are not on their own, even in UNIS. So UNIS is part of a group with a national association now, with 7 other universities or 6 other universities in Indonesia, who will then sharing ideas and then to build this momentum of entrepreneurship and ideas and innovation. So we have more than, the 2 that we've seen will then share their ideas with other aspiring entrepreneurs, and the whole process continues one after the other. So the next slide, please. And these are some experiences. This is your growth hub at UNES. And we were there at the start of this, where we're showing you how we're setting up this interactive display. So we gave, the European Union gave some money, and the Dean kindly gave the space in the university. So put the 2 together, we came up with the growth hub. And then the growth hub you have at UNES is one that's really the heart and soul of where you can go to have support and create ideas for either startup businesses or to develop your businesses. So the next slide, please. And this is a similar one in Jakarta at one of the other universities, and they were talking more about technology and using drones. And on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side, these are the partners here. The guy with his jacket on, he's one of your academics in Jakarta, and he's been through a process of re-understanding how to teach entrepreneurship in the way he taught. And he teaches 2 people. He's a technical guy, so he does information technology, but he also teaches to management students as well as to techno science students. And he can use the same approach in both environments. And this was talking about how he was using drones to then, as a new technology, they're all common now, how we use that. And then on the left-hand side was about some tracking for marketing students to look how they looked at brands and brands on screens, and how they, when you look at a screen, which bit do you look at first? Because the company wants to know that, to see the bits that you like and the bits you don't like. And there's this technology for web-eye tracking that they're using for developing that. So next slide, please. And there's lots of ideas here. This is in Yogyakarta, where we're looking at a similar activity to MDFL farms, where they're looking at irrigation, but this is more of a control unit approach. But the same idea, addressing the horticultural agricultural sector of this area here. And we were shown a demonstration from them when we were in Yogyakarta. Unfortunately, that's me without any hair, because everyone drives me mad. So there you go, I'm losing my hair. But watching that, it's really interesting. Can I have the next slide, please? Because there's a guy I want to show you, really important. So this is also a UI, different university, same idea. So, and the next slide, please. So yeah, I'm showing you different universities doing exactly the same as you are to inspire the students to become entrepreneurial and to get the startup businesses working and to increase that in different areas. Now, this is at Bandung. This is UNPAD, University Pajajaran. And these students are all pharmacy students, not business management, not marketing. These are completely different. And these guys here, this is their project lead, and he's been using this to develop an own pharmacy on the university that they've set up on the basis of the GITA project of entrepreneurship. So they're becoming an entrepreneur in their own right in the university, setting up entrepreneurial activities in this university. And this pop-up slide shows them some services that are now included in their pharmacy. So you can go see a doctor. So students going to see medical advice. This is a student with a business, a drug that she's developed, and she was just doing a pitch to us. And this is one of the co-workers on the project who's doing a seminar in their growth hub. Next slide, please. So this works in lots of different areas. And the final bit I just want to show you was this part here, which is the success we've had. So in 2 years, we've created over 112 at the end of 2020 startup businesses, and we've created 115 Indian rupee, which is £6.5 million nearly in 2019. Amazing. And we're rolling out the study programs across the whole of the program. And there are 3 people here. One that's with the students, and I was just explaining to them about some startup ideas. This is the Nadine Sakuski, who's the co-leader of this project. It's been instrumental in a lot of the work that we've done. And this person over here, he works at he's a student at one of the partner universities, and he and his dad are starting a brand new business based on bamboo. And I was impressed with this because it's a very simple idea, just like all the ideas that we've seen today. Starts with bamboo, started making cups and saucer products for the locals. He lives in quite a rural part of Java, outside of Malang. And he's starting to do that. And then I spent a day with him, just giving some ideas of new product development. Placemats, just taking the ends of his waste that he's throwing away and saying that don't throw it away, because we can use this for a good purpose and make a business out of it. And we had a day of looking at how we can make his business sustainable, more sustainable, with a product that's available. So the whole process of this, the GITA project, funded by Erasmus, but with UNIS, and you can see the UNIS Growth Hub is immensely powerful, and we're so grateful for the support of the Dean and his work that he's been doing with us to make this work for us. And we can't say enough about that for us in helping us make the whole process work. So we have to thank Dr. Yanto, if I get that right, or Pak Yanto, for supporting this and creating the space and being able to take the plunge with us really along this journey. And this journey is so powerful for us. So I thank you for listening to us. And hopefully you've seen some really inspiring examples of businesses that have come through UNES. And it will make you think about, right, well, who do I go and ask? And how do I do that? Well, I'll switch back to Utami now to pick it up, because I'll just put up the last slide, but nonetheless, it's just about questions, I think. Utami.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Thank you, Pak Prof. Neil Towers. That's quite nice presentation, and I think that's also very informative, interesting too. And this is the session for question and answer. And I have to inform you that before this event, we actually distribute a link for registration, and they are we a lot related to entrepreneurship, because I think most students are still willing to start the business, and some have tried but failed. So there are various questions from them, and I will read some of them that already wrote to us. We have here from Agnes Deli Nastasia. She asked to 3 of you that how to make our products different with other products, similar products, how to make our products seen by customers. Okay, maybe Pak Prof. Neil Towers, you can start to answer Agnes' question.
Happily. Yes, I'm still on the channel. Right. Okay. Yes. Well, first of all, it goes back to your incubator, really. So it goes back to your, first of all, to go back to go and get some support from the Growth Hub would be my first part of that answer. And get specialists. They will bring people in to help you address that question. So it's a marketing question about where's your USP or unique selling point.
Yeah.
And you'll need to be thinking about different USPs than the one you're looking at now.
Yeah.
So you look at the 2 companies we've had in the presentation,
yeah.
and they both They both got phones, but they've worked out a different way of doing the same thing. And that's the little thing. And you'll find a way of finding what's different. And by having a discussion with other people, other businesses, that will help you understand that. And the methodology that we've used for the toolkit for a startup business, part of it is looking at how you develop your USP and find out what's different. Because there's no point of looking at the same. And remember this, that difference has to be different all the time. So this isn't just a one-off, what's different at the start. You've always got to be in front of everyone else. So you've got to be constantly developing new ideas that constantly take away from the mainstream. That would be my help.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. Maybe Donnie, would you please try to answer? I think it's also related to how you find your unique thing, yeah? Hi Neil, sorry, I think I have unstable internet connection. All right, thank you Neil for your answers. And Donnie, are you there? I think it is also related to you. I think you also presented about your unique selling point, and maybe you can share your experience how to make your products different with the other similar products. Donnie, are you there? Oh, I think he's not here.
Should we ask Utami, maybe if we ask one of the two presenters, either Donnie or February, to answer that question too? Is Donnie still there?
I think,
or February?
I think Donnie is here. Okay. Maybe February, are you there? Because actually the question is for three of you. Okay, so I think we can go on to the next question now. Next question is, this is mostly asked questions, frequently asked questions by Dia that I want to ask but also there is also one question for you, Neil. I think it's about self-confidence, how to build self-confidence to start the business.
Well, you get confidence by success. You get confidence by things that work for you. And what you have to think about is small steps of improvement. And if you make small steps of improvement and you have success, more success than failure, you will have to deal with failure. That's part of, we all do that in our normal lives. So don't think it's anything specific to entrepreneurship. We have to deal with that in our normal lives. I could write a very large book on it if I was to look back on my life, on all the failures I've had. But the successes build on success. And if you have small businesses, small improvements, then the confidence comes with you, first of all. The second part of it is where the Unis Growth Hub comes in, because they will have put you in touch with other people who have been successful, who will also provide you with confidence about, well, okay, that may have not worked very well, but try this, do something different. And so success breeds success. And our experience over many years is the entrepreneurs in the networks that they work with is really, really important to then help you with providing that confidence.
very simple. Success brings confidence. And thank you, Prof. And we have here Suryanto. As Prof. Neil, in Indonesia, the pandemic gives bad impacts to the business. There are more jobless people and also loss for entrepreneurs. How is the situation in your country? Is it also bad impacts to the entrepreneurs?
Okay, I was writing my answer to that, but I'll just send that anyway. Okay, so the problem is that COVID has been devastating for the high street, absolutely devastating. So for shops that for businesses that rely on the high street, so to go into a shop, it's been devastating across Europe. And big businesses, some large businesses have gone into administration, but, and there is a big but to this, the businesses that have a really well organized online presence have succeeded very well. And actually, retail in Europe, in terms of trading, is higher in 2020 than it was in 2019, but not online, not through the shops, but through online. So we bought more clothes, we bought more products, and some products like working at home products. So anything you have where you're all working at home, products we have for this have increased, only because we've been able to buy them online. So although the clothing experience has been bad in terms of buying through stores, what has excelled is those people online. So Boohoo, Pretty Little Things, there's lots of UK and European businesses with really good online presence. H&M, Zara, they're all working really, really well. Marks and Spencer's to a degree in the UK. So all of the international European brands have done very well. The one that didn't do very well, Arcadia, which is Topshop, Topman, just fell apart. Debenhams, another big brand, fell apart. It went into administration purely because its online presence was awful, shockingly bad. And we've experienced that for years. And we always thought this was going to happen if they relied on their online activity. And so the online is the bit that's really crucial, to have a really good online. And it's not just online in terms of showcasing product, but it's also online in terms of being able to purchase, get a response, get an instant response as you would do when you went into a store. So you have to think differently for your business now than you did before. And that's really what the COVID, but bear in mind, COVID is the fourth major pandemic we've had, okay? But we also had Brexit in the UK with Europe. That's caused major problems for us in trade, but we got round it by different ways of working. So it's problematic. And these events are often nothing to do with anything with us. There are political issues or events that have occurred that we couldn't predict. The thing is, for an entrepreneur, they have to then think, right, that event is going to happen again. How do I deal with it? Don't expect it to be a one-off, because this time next year, we've all been told that there will be another wave of a virus, of a variant of COVID. So in the autumn, we know in the autumn of this year that we will be back to this way of working again. So how do we manage that? So an entrepreneur should factor that into the way that they create their business model. And people like me, I would answer to the person who asked it, people like me who actually are very good at technology, but I have to be shown how it works. So people show me. So all my colleagues, and I was talking to one yesterday, was showing me how to do a new piece of technology on Teams I'd never understood before. But as long as you want to learn, which is a crucial ingredient of being an entrepreneur, then play that into your business model, that's really important. And don't forget, failure happens. So failure happens, but it's not the failure that's the issue. It's about how you keep the cash coming into the business. That's the crucial bit, by thinking differently. And you can see those two presentations we've had from MDLP Farm and Fixit have just shown you how to be successful in quite challenging business environments. When everyone else says, oh, it's failure, it's all going to fall apart. No, it's not. It's only going to fall apart for those people who are too rigid, not able to adapt. And that's where the entrepreneurship comes in.
That's a very comprehensive answer. Thank you, Neil. And from Yun, I know it goes to you again. The question: would you give some advice for the beginner beginner entrepreneurs to avoid frauds? Yeah, to get the best pioneering partner later. I think how to avoid fraud.
Very simple answer. Very simple answer, Utami. Go to Growth Hub.
Yeah.
Go to the Growth Hub. Seriously.
Yeah.
Go to the Growth Hub and find the answer. Go talk to people there, and they'll find the answer. That's the purpose of it.
Okay, Yun, I know.
Very good answer.
Come to Growth Hub because we are here for you, right? Right, Pak Dodi?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And
it's also because of the kindness of the dean, Dr. Yanto or Pak Yantanto, helped to create this space. Go and use it.
Okay. Yeah. Agree. Yeah.
All right. And then again, from Moh Faisal Rahmadi, very good explanation, Prof. Neil. I have a question.
I've seen it.
Batik. It is a small business. Can you tell me how to find the network from another country and how to make my product has good quality to be exported? Come to Growth Hub.
Okay, very straightforward again. It's a thing I love. So this is a product I know very well and I love, batik. Back to the Growth Hub. Okay, first of all, same question, same answer. Go to the Growth Hub, first of all. But then think about who would buy batik. And don't be constrained by what you always see in Indonesia. So go and find out who buys batik and what the different price points are, because there are different qualities of batik, as you will well know. So which market are you going to try to get into, and what's different, and how you can promote it by being different? What's your message? So what's the message that you've got for them? And to beat the competitors, because you can buy batik, as I do buy a lot of batik when I'm in Indonesia. It's one of the reasons I love Indonesia. And I've been to Bu Utami and Pak Dodi have organized me to go to markets to buy it. But there's different prices. So in the market, you find a lot lower price, but not so good quality. But in the stores, Beris, what's it called? Batik Beris, isn't it? The stock from memory, it's very expensive, but it's about 5 times the price. So why would I buy one, even in Indonesia, why would I buy one in a shop compared to one in a store? And the answer is I'm dealing with different customers. Customer requirements. So get to talk to the people in the Growth Hub and then understand about where else you can sell batik. And think about, in Europe, we do wear batik, but we don't wear it the same way as you wear it in Indonesia, because the weather's different, for one thing.
First, who buys the batik? Yes. Because every
Utami is not clear.
Different taste and other factors too.
Utami.
It's become very strange, the connection.
Hello, Neil. No.
Hello.
Now you hear me? Okay. Neil, we still. We still have Okay, the last questions, I believe. Nowadays, business development is growing rapidly and it is becoming easier for everyone to start a business in life. How do we make our business different and effective and able to attract consumer interest to other competitors? It's for you too, Neil.
Can you put the question in the chat box?
For you too, Neil.
Yes, it's in the chat box, Neil.
Yeah, it is in the chat box already now.
Right, I can see. I have a question nowadays. Business development is growing rapidly and
Yes,
it's becoming easier to everyone to start a business they like.
Chat
How do we
box,
make our business
Neil.
different and attractive and able to? Yeah, it's difficult. It's a business. That's true. But don't let that deter you. What you need to be thinking about is think about what you want to achieve. So what is it you're trying to achieve in this business? And then from that idea, and then get your unique selling point. And remember, it's going to change constantly. And you need to address that. And then who are you going to sell your product to? And test the market, get some ideas, get some products, and go and show people what you're doing. So start the business. So yes, it's easy to start a business, but it's not easier to run a business. And that's why the support we give you through the UNES Growth Hub is really important, to get the skills and the expertise to help you through this process of not just starting the business, but running the business, continuing the business. It's a similar experience with a business called Mythos, which is in Malang, which is the bamboo business. Lots of people are making bamboo, okay? But how do you change way of working? How does it work differently? Let me just show you one answer to that. We in the UK use plastic knives and forks a lot. And we found this. This is bamboo fork, okay? So I keep it. I keep it in my bag when I'm carrying it because it's a new idea. So I can use it, clean it, sterilize it, make sure it's not dirty and I won't get infected on it. And I then use it and then I take it home with me and I keep it in my bag. That's a different way of working than the way we worked before. So there are lots of these before, and then go and sell them to a supermarket or to Starbucks or someone locally who could then use forks and then wash them. Don't throw them away because you don't need to. And then recycle them and put them into a business so that if you bring them back, we'll give you a new one free and we'll take the one off you, wash it, and then put it back into the system again. Very simple. And I was doing this for a cross-channel ferry company when I saw this. I found this in Indonesia, actually. And I just got the idea because on cross-channel ferries, when we go between the UK and Europe, most of the food is fast food like McDonald's, but they supply it on really awful plates, plastic plates that you have to throw away and not recycle. So just think about something that's different and get support. Don't ever think that you're on your own, is my answer to you, Enga. Get people around you to help you with your business. And then constantly change it, See, this is the same idea, okay? This is only a piece of wood. It's the same idea as we did with the bamboo, with Mythos. So we got a piece of wood that people were throwing away, put a rubber backing to it, and now it's a place where I put my bottle. And that doesn't cost me anything because that's waste. Same with the waste for bamboo. It's a circular one on bamboo. So just think about ideas that you can be creative with. And then who would buy it? At what price? And will you make a margin from it? And then how do you make it? And then you start to have an idea. Think of the two presentations we've seen from MDLP and Fix It. They both started off with nothing. They both started off with absolutely no idea, but loads of enthusiasm, and built up their confidence as they started to improve. Both of them had problems. Both of them had things didn't work, failure, if you call it that. But then they worked on it, kept working on it. And they've got some good stories to tell about how they've done it. But don't think it's always works, because it doesn't. And if anyone else ever tells you, Engar or any other person, that a business is always beautiful and everything works all of the time, that they're not a very good liar. That's what I would say.
Right.
So there we go.
Thank you, Neil. And I think Febri and Donny are here.
I can stay on that. We can finish now,
already.
Tammy. We can finish now, but I will stay and answer questions on the chat if you want.
Okay. All right. Donny. But Donny is ready to answer the question. Donny, are you there? Febri, tadi ada pertanyaan. Silakan dijawab. Ya.
Ya, baik. Mohon maaf tadi untuk
Febri ada
pertanyaannya. Minta tolong untuk
Febri, pertanyaannya tadi tentang bagaimana bisa pede untuk memulai, karena kebanyakan di sini belum pada pede mulai bisnis, pengen berbisnis internet.
Baik. Menurut saya untuk memulai usaha, pertama kita harus tahu dulu problem yang ingin kita selesaikan. Problem yang ingin kita selesaikan, contohnya begini, ketika seperti Fix It didirikan itu untuk menyelesaikan permasalahan dari teman-teman saya yang kesusahan dalam mencari jasa reparasi laptop. Nah, di situ saya memulai usaha itu dari permasalahan konsumen. Jadi ketika kita sudah menemukan satu permasalahan, kemudian kita ingin menyelesaikan permasalahan tersebut, menurut saya itu adalah sebuah ide besar yang sangat penting. Karena dengan ide tersebut, maka otomatis ide yang ingin kita berikan ataupun ide usaha yang ingin kita berikan itu sudah pasti akan digunakan oleh para calon konsumen kita. Itu, atau mungkin contohnya begini, kembali lagi ke ide tersebut, contohnya ketika ada orang yang ada penyakit diabetes. Nah, ketika dia diabetes, dia kan harus mengurangi yang namanya makanan manis-manisan. Nah, tapi saya pengen bikin donat nih, dan orang-orang yang diabetes itu biasanya pengen donat juga. Maka dari itu saya bikin sebuah donat juga. Namun di situ donat itu sehat dan boleh dimakan oleh orang yang memiliki penyakit diabetes tersebut. Jadi poinnya adalah kita itu harus mengetahui permasalahan dan kita harus menciptakan solusi untuk masalah tersebut. Itu pendapat dari saya. Terima kasih.
Halo. Halo Febri.
Iya.
Are you done? No,
Yes.
Prof. Nel is laughing because I changed to different laptops. Anyway, I moved to the other room, Nels, with my colleagues. All right.
I thought you just become the new dean. No.
No, no, thank you.
So
Okay,
English
Donnie, are you there? Yeah. I think if Donnie isn't there, but I believe that Donnie can be reached out, and then please come to Growth Hub later. And Pak Dodi, do you have any final remark for this?
Yeah. Yes, moderator, Ms. Utami.
Can you hear me?
Any question for me?
Donnie, I think later we can continue the discussion, but actually the question is the same, yeah? The question is actually the same, like how you start a business, how to build the self-confidence to start the business.
Yes. How to improve your confidence?
Yes.
How to improve your confidence? Yes. Yes. Jadi how to build a confidence? Number one is start with the simple thing. Example, utilize your product, and example, your Mark Zuckerberg is the founder of Facebook. You just take your pamphlet on your Facebook, and many people will see your products and maybe will buy it. Jadi untuk agar kita menumbuhkan rasa percaya diri, yang pertama itu mulailah sesuatu dengan hal kecil, mulailah sesuatu dengan hal yang kecil atau sesuatu hal yang simpel yang mana teman-teman bisa, teman-teman di sini kuasai dengan hal yang sederhana. Tadi saya mencontohkan bagaimana seorang Mark Zuckerberg yaitu memulai usahanya, memulai rasa percaya dirinya dari sebuah kos-kosan. Nah ini kan teman-teman mahasiswa mungkin yang saat ini masih ngekos di UNES, nah bisa memulai rasa percaya diri tumbuhkan dari sebuah kos-kosan. Bahkan seorang founder Ruang Guru merupakan startup dari Indonesia yang sangat fenomenal sekali. Nah itu beliau memulainya dari sebuah kamar kecil. Nah maka teman-teman pun juga bisa menumbuhkan rasa percaya diri dari sebuah start with the simple, sederhana sekali, start your simple, atau start small, sebuah langkah kecil yang teman-teman bisa lakukan. And the next is the repetition. Repeat is important part course if wanna be success of the course. Jadi teman-teman bisa melakukan repetition, is mengulang-ulang sesuatu yang mana teman-teman pernah lakukan. Karena untuk menumbuhkan rasa percaya diri kita yang sederhana itu bagaimana kita mengulang-ulang apa yang pernah kita lakukan. Kita mungkin saat ini belum bisa melakukan seperti apa yang orang lain lakukan. Padahal orang lain itu bisa menjadi di titik yang sampai atas atau di titik bagaimana dia bisa sukses, dia melakukan ini itu. Nah, karena apa? Dia itu sebenarnya cuma mengulang kebiasaannya setiap hari, dari langkah kecilnya, dari ketika dia bangun tidur sampai dia tidur lagi. Dia cuma mengulang-ulang itu, sehingga dari pengulangan-pengulangan yang ia repetition tadi, nah maka dia menghasilkan sesuatu yang mana sesuatu itu ia impikan, ia idam-idamkan. For example, is the Rudy Hartono. Rudy Hartono merupakan seorang atlet, is the badminton Indonesia is the 7 All England. Nah, dia pernah mendapatkan 7 kali gelar All England. Nah, di sini merupakan dia itu mengulang-ulangi apa yang Rudy Hartono kecil. Nah, ketika Rudy Hartono kecil, ia mengulang-ulangi playing badminton is the 7 clock setiap 7 jam sehari. Ya repetition sampai di usianya yang muda dia berhasil menjuarai All England, bahkan sampai melegenda. Nah, itu bagaimana caranya kita how to be confident, start with the simple thing example. Thank you. Any question?
Okay, thank you, Doni. That's great answer. And I think we run out of time. And maybe Pak Dodi, do you have an information for our students about our Growth Hub, like little bit information? So please, Pak Dodi, if you have.
Yes, thank you, Bu Utami. All right, so you can contact us via the link that I have placed on the chat box, Growth Hub UNES. So we will support all of you. I believe all of you have dreams, all of you have ideas, all of you have innovations that you can share with us. So please do contact us. Me and Pak Andrian, we plan to open the Growth Hub. Maybe we have also contact the authority of the university if they allowed us to open in limited capacity, maybe in mid or in the end of April. So hopefully we will get run very soon, because me and Pak Andrian already prepare the Growth Hub March last year to be open full, but unfortunately we have pandemic. So please do contact us. We will support you with resources that we have. And thank you to Prof. Neil for the support that you have provided us personally and through this project, and all the partners, Alex from Austria, Innsbruck University, and Professor Volker, John Jameson, and Nadine, and also Pak Wing from UEE, and Bunita, and all of the partners in this consortium. So I think it's not an end for us. I think it will be keep on going beyond this project. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dodi. And before closing, Pak Deka, the Dean, would you please? Okay, no, that is enough, yeah. All right, thank you. And as the Master of Ceremony as well as moderator, and I'm honored to see this really fruitful discussion. And thank you, Prof. Neil, and then all European partners and also Indonesian partners for coming, for joining this webinar, and for all participants. Growth Hub UNES is available for you as a platform, so come to us. We will be happy to serve you. And then I think it's time to close this webinar. And thank you very much. And I stay healthy and stay wealthy too. And I hope that see you around after the pandemic over. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye Alex, bye Pak Arif, bye Neil. Excuse me, we haven't done the picture together, and we have here like 8 slides. and I knew it would be quite long, but not really. But I want you to give your best smile of yours, and I will count 1, 2, 3, and in the 3 times, and please smile on the number 3, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cheers. And next, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have your best smiles already. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One more, please. Please be patient. 1, 2, 3. Done. Alhamdulillah. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you around in a much healthier and better condition. Bye now.
Bye.
Salam dari saya.
Udah
sebentar.
Oke, terima kasih semuanya.